Picture this. It's a Saturday morning, not a work day, no alarms. You wake up naturally, make coffee, and sit by the window. And you feel absolutely nothing. Not peace, not gratitude, just nothing. Because somewhere in the back of your mind, a quiet voice is whispering the same thing it whispers every weekend. Monday is coming. That voice has been there so long you stopped noticing it. But it's there. And it's been there because you've never actually answered the one question that would silence it. How much money makes that voice stop? Not how much makes you rich, not how much impresses anyone. How much makes Monday just another day? Most people never find out, not because the answer is impossible to find, because nobody ever shows them where to look. Marcus. Let me tell you about a guy named Marcus. Marcus is a project manager, mid-30s, makes decent money, has a 401k he contributes to every month like a responsible adult. Marcus also has a number in his head, a number he picked up somewhere between a Reddit thread and a YouTube video and a conversation with his dad. The number is $1 million. Marcus has believed in this number for almost a decade. He doesn't know where it came from exactly, but it feels right. Round, official, like the kind of number that ends things. One day, Marcus actually sits down and checks his progress. He's got $180,000 saved. He's 36. He feels okay about this. Not great, but okay. Then his company announces layoffs, and Marcus sits in his car after the meeting and does something he's never done before. He opens his phone and calculates, really calculates, what that $1 million would actually give him if he had it today. The answer he gets back changes his entire understanding of the last decade. $1 million, withdrawn at the standard 4% rate that every financial planner on earth recommends, gives you $40,000 a year. Marcus makes $67,000. He's been chasing a finish line that doesn't even cover his current life. They hear 4% withdrawal rate and their eyes glaze over. So let's make it simple. If you have money invested, you can take out roughly 4% of it per year without running out. That's the rule. It's not perfect, but it's what decades of market data suggests works. So the math runs like this. Whatever you spend in a year, multiply it by 25. That's your number. Not $1 million, not $2 million. Your number, based on your actual life. Spend $40,000 a year, you need $1 million. Spend $60,000 a year, you need $1.5 million. Spend $80,000 a year, you need $2 million. The number isn't universal. It was never universal. Someone just decided $1 million sounded good, and the internet agreed, and now an entire generation is saving toward the wrong target. But that math has 3 holes in it that most people never patch. Hole number 1, taxes. When you pull money out of a traditional 401k, the government takes a cut. Always. That $40,000 you plan to live on, you might need to pull $50,000 or more to actually keep $40,000, which means your real target just jumped. Hole number 2, inflation. $1 today buys less than $1 bought 10 years ago, and it'll buy even less 10 years from now. If you retire at 50 and live to 85, you're not funding one life. You're funding several versions of the same life as prices quietly climb every year. That $60,000 lifestyle you're planning for, in 25 years, it might cost $100,000. Hole number 3, the stuff you can't schedule, the transmission that dies, the medical bill that arrives without warning, the roof, the parent who needs help. Life has line items that don't fit in spreadsheets. Most retirement calculators ignore them completely, but you can budget for chaos. Just add a buffer. When Marcus ran his numbers with all 3 holes patched, his real target wasn't $1 million. It was closer to $1.7 million. He sat in his car for a long time after that. When Marcus got home, he didn't close his laptop and pour a drink. He did something different. He stopped thinking about the total number and started thinking about the distance between where he is and where he needs to be. $180,000 saved, $1.7 million needed, gap of $1.52 million. Staring at $1.52 million feels like staring at the moon. Impossible, abstract, not real. But Marcus had read something once about how long-distance runners don't look at the finish line the whole race. They pick a mailbox. They run to the mailbox. Then they pick the next one. So Marcus looked at his monthly expenses and picked the smallest one. Internet bill, $65 a month. To generate $65 every month forever from a portfolio, you need $19,500 invested. That's it. $19,500 covers your internet for the rest of your life. Marcus had $180,000. His internet was already paid for. His phone was already paid for. His utilities were already covered. He'd been almost free of several bills for years and had no idea. He didn't feel rich, but for the first time, he felt like the problem had edges.
Say you're 34. You've got $50,000 saved. You spend $55,000 a year, and your real target, after taxes and inflation buffering, is $1.6 million. If you contribute $600 a month with average market returns, you retire around 71. Bump contributions to $1,200 a month, now it's 61. Bump to $1,800 a month, now you're looking at 56. Every $100 a month you redirect from spending to saving moves your exit date closer. Not metaphorically, literally. The calendar shifts. The uncomfortable truth isn't the big number at the end. It's the trade you're making in the middle. Because $1,200 a month saved is $1,200 a month not spent on something that exists right now. A trip, a dinner, a nicer apartment. You're not just saving money, you're trading present comfort for future freedom. And nobody can tell you how much present to give up. That depends entirely on what future you're trying to buy. There's a woman named Diane who figured this out at 41. She wasn't behind on her savings, wasn't in debt, was doing everything right by conventional standards. But she'd never sat down and calculated her actual exit number. So one evening she did. Her expenses were $4,800 a month, $57,600 a year. Real target, after running the honest math, $1.65 million. She had $290,000 saved. At her current contribution rate, she'd reach her number at 68. She didn't panic. She made a list. Not a list of things to cut, a list of things she was willing to trade. She was willing to drive her car 2 more years past when she'd planned to replace it. That freed up $340 a month. She was willing to drop from 2 international trips a year to 1. That freed up $180 a month. She was not willing to stop going to her Thursday night dinner with friends. Non-negotiable. She was not willing to stop flying home for her parents' birthdays. Also non-negotiable. She found $520 a month she could redirect without feeling like she was punishing herself. New exit date? 59. She didn't find a life hack. She didn't get a raise. She just decided which version of her 40s was worth trading for an earlier version of her 60s. That's the whole game. What you can do tonight. 1. Find what you actually spend, not what you think you spend. Look at last month's bank statement and add it up. That number times 25, adjusted for taxes and inflation, is your real target. 2. Find out where you actually are. Log into your retirement account. Write the number down. The gap between these 2 numbers is your distance. 3. Pick the smallest bill you have. Calculate what it would cost to cover it permanently. You might already have that amount saved. You might be closer to free than you've ever let yourself believe. 4. Find one trade you're actually willing to make. Not every trade. 1. Something you can redirect toward the gap without making your current life feel like a waiting room. Then, run the calculator and see what year it gives you back. Marcus is 38 now. His exit date is 57. He still goes to concerts, still takes one trip a year, still has a car payment he wishes he didn't. But he knows what year the alarm clock stops mattering. And knowing that has made every Monday since a little bit lighter. The $1 million myth didn't ruin him. It just cost him a few years of clarity he's now making up for. Most people never run these numbers. They pick a figure that sounds right, save what they can, and hope the math works out somewhere around the time their body starts to slow down. You don't have to do it that way. The real number is waiting. It's not 1 million, it's yours. Go find it.